Hey guys, it's Kim here. Welcome back to my gaming channel. In today's video, I have the full quest guide for Search in the Algae Sea. So to get this quest, it will start automatically 2 days after you have completed the following quests: Ancient Colors, and of the Narcissus, I don't even know how to say that, and Unfinished Comedy. So once you finish all of those, the quests will pop up. So then we are just going to go to this location right here, and then we are going to teleport to this spot right here. Use the book to teleport. And then we're going to go up, we'll get some dialogue, and then after that we are going to have to put together the clues. Okay, so now that we've done that, we are going to teleport to the location. Head inside, and we are just going to fight these water enemies. There will be dialogue, and once you are done, talk to Caterpillar, and then we are just going to do the same thing. We just have to put together the clues. And once you've done that, we're just going to teleport to the statue of the Seven. And then after the dialogue, you'll get a bunch of different quests. So we are going to be starting off with Muse's mother. So from the location we are at the statue of the Seven, we are just going to turn around and then we're just going to enter into this ruin right here. So go down, and we're just going to interact with the xenochromatic ball octopus ability, and we're going to use this ability to open up the gate. So just jump in once that's open, and then we're going to continue down. And then right here, you'll see that there is the same puzzle, so just go and interact. And now there's two, so what I think is easiest is we're just going to move this one. And then once that gate has moved, just jump down and then move the next one. And then we are at the bottom. So just keep continuing on, and then we just have to interact with the stone. And now we are going to solve the puzzle. So pick up the ability, and then we are going to go to the right side. And from here, just hit the crystal, and that's going to open up. So now we need to move the beam to activate the other beam. So what you want to do is move it up slightly higher, and then quickly hit the crystal when the beam activates. So right there. Hit it, and then that is going to lock, and then the door will open. Alright, so now we are going to go to the valve and take the lift to go down. And then now we are just going to use the ability to open up the gate, going to run through, and then from here we're just going to release the water. So once that has released onto that valve, we are going to take the elevator up. Once it gets to the top, you want to release the water, and then that's going to go into the middle. So that's one of them done. Then now we want to do another one, so head over to the right, fight the enemies. And then we can go straight to the valve to release. And once you've done that, just go up and obtain the memory piece. You'll get some dialogue, and then after that a chest will spawn, so you can go and open up that. And that is the end of that quest. So now we are going to move on to the next one, which is Meteoric Lance. So teleport to the waypoint. And we are going to complete this puzzle. So first off, you just want to fight off the enemies so that can move the beams over. And then now what you want to do is go and summon the ability. And now what you want to do is move the beam so it faces the middle. Now you want to go to the columns, and then you want to raise them. So the first one, move it up until it is connected to the beam. So once you have it connected, you're going to go to the second column, and you want that column to connect with the first one. So we're just going to raise it up. Once both beams are activated, we can now use the elevator to go down. Fight the enemy, and then once you have defeated, you want to attack the crystal, and that's going to open up one of the gates. So you want an archer. Now go into those, or onto those stairs, and then hit the crystal again whilst you are still on the stairs. That's going to open up the other door, but it's going to close the first one. So now we can keep going. Okay, so in this room what we're going to do is just head down, and then you will see the octopus ability there. You want to grab that. And then now what you want to do is move the column. So once you've moved the first column, you want to immediately turn around and move the other column, so then the beams can activate at the same time. Now go through, defeat the enemy, and then once you have, we can take the elevator. So now you want to go and summon, and then you want to head around, and we need to rotate these mechanisms so the water can flow through. Alright, so now that we have done that, we can take the elevator up. Continue on, and then we are just going to open the door. Now we want to dive into the water to activate the last one. So I'm just going to open up that chest, and then now we need to go down. So you need to summon the ray. So I'm just going to take the ray's ability, and then I'm just going to use that to fight all of the enemies just to get them out of the way. So once they're out of the way, the lift will unlock. Now what you want to do is summon the octopus, and then now we are going to use this to rotate those mechanisms at the bottom. And once that is all done, we want to release the water. So I'm just going to do that. And then next what you want to do is summon the ability of the ray, because we need to cut the seagrass. Keep going through, and then now we can take the elevator to go up. Once you get to the very top, we can release. And once the water is all connected, you will get a luxurious chest. So we're going to open that and then just go up and check. And this is going to be the end of this part of the quest. Okay, next part is Cupid's lover. So let's teleport to the waypoint. Now what I'm going to do first is just try and stop this cannon because it's super annoying. So to do that, you want to go behind it. You'll see a crystal. Now you want to put that into the machine. And then now if you want to operate the cannon, you need to summon the ability of the octopus. So he's right there. And then now we can use this to stop the machine. Okay, so now we are going to head over. With the ability of the octopus, we're just going to rotate these mechanisms so then the water can flow. Once you have completed both sides, we can continue on. So go through, and then now we are going to release this water. Once you head up to this mechanism that's been pointed at, you need a key to open up, so we're going to go grab that. Now let's just go down here. Take the elevator up. Go to the other side and you'll see where that marked spot is. There's the key. So grab the key and now we are going to head back. Before we do, let's just release this water. So that's going to release to this one right here. And then we are going to take the elevator down. Release the water once again. And then from here we can take the current to take us up quicker. And it's going to take us to the spot where we need to insert the key. So now that we have it, let's open. We're just going to take the elevator down and then release. A chest will spawn, so we can just pick that up. And there is one more water channel that we need to activate. So let's go to the other side and then take the elevator. So from here, we are just going to go inside and then let's just hit this crystal. And then now we've done that, you've got some current, so let's just swim through. So now what you want to do is move these mechanisms so the water can flow. So let's just hit this crystal. That's going to open up the gate so we can head through and then we can get the ability of the octopus. So you want to leave the ability on that crystal, go inside and let it explode. So then now we can release the water here. A chest will spawn once all of the water channels are connected, and now we can just go up on that and check, and that will be the end of this part of the quest. Okay, so the next part of the quest, we are going to teleport to the waypoint. And this one's underwater, so let's head over to the other building. After some dialogue, we are going to head over to the valve and then just release the water. And then we are going to head up. Now go down and fight the enemies. And then now we can release the water. Once it has collected the water, let's go up and then release. Okay, so now what you want to do is swim down. So go down at the bottom. Once you're in this room, we need to find the crystals to activate the valve. So let's just go find the crab, take its ability, and I'm just going to release this octopus here because we'll need him later. And then we're just going to break the rocks to find the crystals. So if you break this one over here, this is one of those water channels. So now we just need to find the crystals, which is just behind us, pick them up and then put them on the valve. And then you want to summon the ability of the octopus that we just released earlier. So he's right there. Get his ability, and then we are going to rotate. And then we can go and release. So go up to the top and then release once again, and that's going to spawn a chest. Now go and open up the door, and then in the room fight all the enemies. Once you have defeated, a chest will spawn, so you can go open that. And then see that glowing thing there, there is a special key, you can just go and grab that. That is for a chest later, so I would do chest videos eventually. But just grab that for now, and then we're going to go up. Okay, so now we are at the top, release once again. And then that is all of the water channels connected. Alright, so now we can go up, check, and then we will be warped. After a bunch of dialogue, you have to defeat Jacob. You will receive a sword, and then this marks the end of Search in the Algae Sea quest, which is the end of the first act. So after you finish that, you will automatically get the next part of the quest, which is Saviour's Wake, and this is Act 2. Okay, so for this part we just have to solve the puzzle. So go and interact with the ability, and now we are going to move the beams so it lines up to the locks on the door. Once that has lined up, it will unlock the middle part so we can go into the lower level. So let's just teleport, and then we're just going to jump down to the lower level. And we will be inside the tower, so we just want to defeat the enemies. And once we have defeated, just activate the mechanism in the middle. And then this is going to open up the door, so we can head straight through and take the elevator. So in this room, what you want to do first is fight the enemy. And once you have defeated, that will unlock this mechanism, so we can activate that. Now you want to go and interact with the ability, and then we are going to move the beams so it lines up with the door on the right, so the one with just one lock. So there we go, that's going to line up. The door will open, and there will be a chest inside which you can grab, and also a mechanism. Now interact with the mechanism, and then you just want to head back outside and interact with the ability again so we can move the beams. So because we've interacted with the mechanisms, it's only going to move the top beam. So you want that one to line up with the previous beam like that, and then you want to activate the mechanism before, and then we are going to move both of the beams. So that's going to go to that door. And then now we want to go back into that room and activate that mechanism, and that should move the beams up so we can activate that door. Fight the enemies, and then that's going to open up the mechanism. Activate that. It's going to open up a door, and then we can head straight down. Alright, now once we are down, there is a puzzle in this room as well. So let's just interact with the ability, and then we are going to move the beams around so it will open up the door on the right. Once that has unlocked, we can just use the current. It's going to take us just over there. It's a quick shortcut. And then we can pick up the root cycle and then activate. So that's going to move up the gears. Now we want to go back to that valve, and then we are going to just interact with the ability and move the beams around. So we just want to move until it can open up the room on the left. Inside the room we get another root cycle, and then we can activate the mechanism, and that's going to move the gears once again. From here, we want to move the beams until it lines up to the door that we have not opened yet, just in front of us. Okay, so that's lined up. Now we are going to go to the room on the right and activate that mechanism to move the gears. And then we are going to go back and then move the beams around once again to line it up. So we just want to move it until it lines up with the room that we haven't opened up yet. Now, it's not lined up completely, but we are going to go to the room on the left and then just activate that mechanism, and that should move the beams, so it will activate that door and it will unlock. Go inside the room and then you can pick up the root cycle, and then there's a chest in there. Alright, so now that we're done, let's just go into the middle and open, because now we've got all those root cycles and we can go to the lower level. There's a bunch of dialogue we have to get through, so just talk to all of the characters down here. And once we are done, we can unlock the door to go down further. So I'm just going to use a small key to open up the gate so we can head straight in. And then now we just go down to the bottom. After some dialogue, we have to fight all of the enemies, but once we are done, that is the next part of the quest finished. So that is Act 2 done. The tower will start sinking, and then now the next part of the quest will start Act 3, which is walking from the Great Dream. So from here, we need to enter the current. Now you have to fight the enemy with Traveler. So you just have to charge attack, and especially when he's in a vulnerable position, if you charge attack, then you will deal much more damage. So if you need some heals, you can just go around and there are some bubbles that will spawn, and those will heal you if you need. Once you defeat the enemy, you'll get a cutscene, and then that is the end of the next part of the quest. So now we are on to Rowboat's Wake, and this is Act 4. Now we just have to teleport to the waypoint. And that is going to bring us to this area, and what we need to do is head to the location. And for this part of the challenge, you just have to make sure not to get hit. If you do, you have to start all over again. So when the beams come at you, just hide behind the walls. Alright, so once you have successfully completed that, the next part of this quest is just a bunch of dialogue and cutscenes. Pretty straightforward, so just continue on. Then right at the end of the quest, we are going to Merry Sea Village, and you've just got a little bit of dialogue, but that is the end of this whole quest. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. I hope that it was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!